I'm going to do a bit of a mini makeover today for you folks. I'm going to transform this garden bed into a beautiful rose garden. It's been neglected for quite some time. In fact, I think for a while there they were using this area as an overflow for parking. So the soil needs a lot of work. This existing rose, it's not bad, but that needs some pruning. So we're going to prune this, fix the soil, and plant out some beautiful roses. This rose here is a Rosa floribunda evergreen, and it's called Gold Bunny. It gets a beautiful yellow flower, so it's going to look really good here, but it does need a bit of a haircut. So I'm going to start off by just taking off all these dead flowers, reducing some of the size, make it more even, and then thin out the center of the bush to get better airflow. There are two main types of rose pruning. In winter, deciduous roses can be pruned quite hard, opening up the center of the bush for good air circulation and improved shape. Remove any dead and diseased parts and crossing branches and prune to an outward facing bud. Through the growing season, remove spent flowers and any damaged parts. When you're planning out a new garden, your soil preparation is absolutely critical to success. So what we're doing here is adding a heap of compost and digging that through, and that'll do a number of things. It'll help open up the soil structure and relieve all that compaction. It's going to add all sorts of beneficial microbes and plenty of nutrients for the soil, plus it'll help with that all-important moisture retention. Now it's very interesting. I'm in Victoria at the end of winter. We've had plenty of rain, but if you dig down into the soil, it's moist at the top, and then you get a little bit further down and it's bone dry. Just have a look at this stuff here, dry. Now, what we're going to add, as well as the compost, is some Seasol and wetting agent. It'll work wonders. Your Seasol Super Soil Wetter and Conditioner does wonderful things in a situation like this. It'll help stop water runoff. It'll keep the water in the soil. It's got all the added benefits of Seasol, plus it's got a soil conditioner built in, so it really works wonders with water penetration and the uptake of nutrients. So the soil prep's all done, and now we're almost at the point where we're going to start planting. But here's a good design tip for you. Before you start digging, set your plants out and make any fine adjustments, and then start getting them in the ground. And what a display of roses we've got here. We've got these beautiful standard icebergs, just a fantastic double white flower. The flowers right through the season, spring, summer, autumn, easy to care, and they just add a nice height here for the stuff below. Low maintenance, carpet roses in a range of whites, pinks and reds. I'll tell you what, it's going to be unbelievable. They're easy to care for, full sun through to semi-shade, they'll look great. And it's all been designed to highlight our original rose here, Gold Bunny. I'll tell you what folks, when this is all in bloom, it's going to be like Flemington on Melbourne Cup Day, without the horses. A great way to get Seasol into the root zone of your plants is to give them a Seasol bath. It really is the full-on spa treatment, and it's fantastic if you've just got one or two plants, but for a big area like this, it's not really practical. So what we're going to do is, once we've planted, give them a good going over with the hose-on Seasol. To get these roses off to the best possible start, I've got a couple of great tricks up my sleeve. The first is to use a bit of the controlled release fertilizer, not too much. Put a bit of that into the soil there, mix that up, then grab that and put a mound into the bottom of the planting hole, and then around that I'm going to use the Seasol planting gel. You don't need too much of this either, just one scoop around the mound, and that will release the Seasol and hold moisture for years. Then I'm going to get the rose, just carefully bring that out, place that on the mound, and then backfill. And I'll tell you what, these roses will never look back. They're going to be absolutely sensational. Spreading the mulch serves a number of purposes. Most importantly, it helps insulate the soil and lock in the moisture, and also it just really helps set these roses off and give them the finish that they deserve. Well, it gives me a great sense of satisfaction knowing that we have really transformed this garden area and given these roses the best possible start they could ask for. All that's left to do is hit them with the Seasol. And then we'll continue the Seasol on a monthly basis all year round. We'll also do monthly power feeding through the growing season, and at the start of the next flowering season we're going to hit them with the power feed for flowers, fruit and citrus, and use that at the beginning of every growing season.